I'd like to present to you the model API decision matrix that I made. So if you are in a budget, if you are prioritizing working on a budget of AI or application that uses AI, and you're gonna use provider, here's a decision matrix for you. So here's a model. I group it to paid API option and free tier choices, ordered with the lowest published entry cost at the top. So quick headline: Coin and ZAI are the lowest cost published paid API options in this workbook. Mistral and Gemini are the lowest cost European hyperscaler choices. So if you need to work on European based application or scope, Mistral and Gemini are your choices. OpenAI and Anthropic remain the premium options when tooling, model quality, control. If the control are more important than rather than that token or token price. Among free options, we have ZAI, Gemini, Alibaba, Cloud, and Mistral. There's no public no-cost access paths. So how to read the matrix? There's a routing aids for your decision. There are no single blended winner score. So for example, and also important caution, Chinese vendors can have region-specific quotas or different pricing across domestic versus global channels. XAI beta credits from 2024 are treated as non-current. So XAI is excluded from the 2026 free-tier view. So as per ranking basis, it is sorted by the lowest published standard and cash input token price. US dollars per 1 million tokens is the main comparison unit, so it's always on per 1 million tokens. This avoids assuming cash hits, so if you hit that, then it's not included on that decision. But routing or negotiated discounts. So what is excluded? No blended quality or latency score, so it depends on where you are, right? So it's not about the speed. No region tax normalization, so this excluded the local taxation. Code-based providers are not precision ranked on costs. So some providers are giving quotes depending on the deal that the company close. So that's not included here. So routing implication: if the user wants a locus bulk, they have Queen Gemini plus Lite, or smaller Mistral models, and or you want to go to premium reasoning or coding. OpenAI, Anthropic, and Gemini Pro tiering is your choices. If you want to work on sovereign EU route, Mistral, Aleph Alpha, but Aleph Alpha has a code-based public sector needs. So now here we have a paid API matrix. So this is only paid comparisons. Standard pricing. At the top is Alibaba, which is 5 cents per million tokens. And the second is ZAI, budget, CN, Mistral, 10 cents, Google Gemini, 10 cents, OpenAI, tooling. So you need to consider also when it's like both are 10 cents. So if you're working in EU, you can use Mistral. So you can see here, Anthropic is the most expensive. It's $1 per million. Moonshot is 60 cents. DeepSeek is cheaper, 27, but DeepSeek have near capability for these models. OpenAI is cheap, is point 1 or 10 cents. Grok is 20 cents. Gemini 10 cents. Mistral 10 cents. So these are the comparison visual. I put a visual chart so that you can easily spot how much is the difference. So which paid provider to favor by decision criterion? So if you're working on a budget, of course you're gonna choose this Alibaba, Quen, ZAI. This is the cheapest options. If you wanna a little bit have capability and reliability, you go to Google Gemini. They have also Peter and multimodal tooling. And then the average, if you wanna more have a safer or make a more capability than the cost, you go to OpenAI. So it has also multimodal, and then the ecosystem is good. If you wanna more have a premium, you always go to Anthropic. And safety, yeah, so there's a security added on that route for high quality writing, coding with strong safety posture. If you are working on a Chinese based system, so it is best if you use the Chinese provider like Quen, DeepSeek, Kimi, ZAI, and they have a special pricing for region, for that region in China. So if you are working solely on EU and wanna comply to EU sovereignty, it is best to use Mistral and Aleph Alpha, especially if you are working on public sector. XAI or Grok, this is for applications that work on social media, X or the former Twitter, and it will be best tooled on that application. Oh, here now we are in a pre-tier matrix. So if you want free, you have ZAI Shifu. Free are GLM 4.7 Flash, GLM 4.5 Flash. These are the best pure zero API option in the ZAI stock kits, these two. For public pre-tier, Google Gemini is the best. It has a pre-input output quotas, unsupported models, plus some tool quotas. Mistake, best mainstream pre-path for multimodal and long complex prototyping. New user quota, Alibaba Quen. These are new. They have if you are a new user, they have a different. You have a longer testing period, and you can use the model for free. All of their model are quoted for like a pre-quota of 1 million tokens. You can use that. After that, you have an option to pay the extra, or after 1 million, or you have option to stop it and then use the other model from Alibaba Quen Cloud. Okay, for EU again, it's Mistral. Usually, when you are experimenting, you don't have to use your application 24/7. You can use Mistral. And then this is my recommendation. If you are really on a budget, then go for here. Quen, ZAI. Gemini Plus, or Mistral. So usually if you're on budget, if you're developing something, experimenting, you don't have to use always on computer, or your application is only used by like 4 hours, 8 hours period, and then you stop. This will be sufficient, and you don't have to pay. For capability purse, of course you go to the premium one, OpenAI, which is cheaper than Anthropic, a bit cheaper, and Gemini. They have a multimodal long context free to paid option. And if you are working in government and have, usually it's in EU, so if you want that, then use Aleph Alpha or Mistral. Chinese vendors in a separate compliance lane were needed because they are very strict on the security. Okay, that's it. Use a dual track portfolio. You can use Open Router if you are advanced user, so that you can freely select the right provider for the right application. That's it. Thank you.